let me just say this. As an agent, I am so tired of seeing the same blueprint for every home that's being built, the colonial style home. Can we please come up with something else? Can we maybe go back to contemporary? Can we do something else? So back in the, say, 40s, 50s, 60s, you had the ranch style home. You had ramblers, Cape Cods, maybe even bungalow style. Then in the 70s, 80s, they had the contemporary. They had the split level and the split foyer. And in the 90s, they came out with this colonial that just covered all of Southern Maryland, pretty much all of Maryland, DMV area. You have your communities that are more unique in their style of home, but the 90s just brought on this colonial wave, and now everything you see is colonial. Every time I walk into a new home community, it's colonial. It's the same floor plan. You might get what makes a difference. Maybe it'll have a two-way staircase where you walk in the door, you can go up the staircase and go down the other side. You might have the kind that have a catwalk. The only other thing that makes difference is like the square footage, and you might add a sunroom, you might add a deck. It may have a first level suite, but it's still a colonial style. So I wish that builders would now transition to something different. Like, why don't we make a bigger or a better like blueprint of the contemporary style home, or the split level? Like, bring the split level back, maybe with a loft or something. I don't know, like something else. And it amazes me how excited people are for these homes, and I'm like, they're all the same. So as your realtor, yes, I'm going to walk the properties with you, and that's why I said, like, I'm not caught up on all the glitz and glamour of the new home. And my clients are like, Kelly, aren't you excited for me? Well, yes, I am, but I'm thinking more of the business sense. I'm thinking about the contract you're getting ready to sign, the fact that you need to have your own home inspector come in and inspect these houses because they're putting them up like matchsticks everywhere around the DMV. Just where you thought that there was no extra space, here comes a townhome community, condo. And here's the thing, in Montgomery County, Prince George's County, let's say Alexandria, you're not going to see, and we're talking about Alexandria, closer to Old Town, you're not going to see a lot of single family homes because there is no more land to build out. So people are going to build up. And now you have your condos, you have your townhomes. And just visited a new home community over off of Eisenhower. Nice homes. I mean, you know, they look great, but they're so small. And I was just looking at the width of these homes. They're so small. And oh, by the way, every townhome, you go in to the main level, most of them are walking up a flight of steps, walking up another flight of steps. So you have 4 levels, but you're coming in and you keep walking up, walking up. Some of them have a rooftop deck, but guess what? That's an upgrade. They don't come with decks. That's an upgrade. You want a 2-car garage side by side. That's an upgrade because it's a wider home to fit 2 cars. And those 2 cars are just gonna pass each other, have this much space in between them without scraping one another. And now they're building the townhome where you have the back-to-back cars, so you can fit 2 cars in the garage back to back. Okay, but once again, the space in these garage like this. So I'm just looking, new homes, I would prefer to move outside of the Beltway, further out. People are working from home. You negotiate your job, work from home situation. Most people have like only 2 to 3 days in the office, but I would negotiate that. Work from home. Have your open space, have your land, or as much of it as you can. An acre plus, you're gonna have to get an older home. You're not gonna get that space in one of these major new construction communities. Once again, if you want that, like yes, down in Southern Virginia, go over the bridge, past La Plata, that way, 301 South. Go over past Dahlgren, new home communities, you'll get your acre for a lot cheaper. $700,000, brand new home, Southern Virginia. $700,000 townhome. Hello. 16 feet wide townhome, $700,000. Brand new home, Southern Virginia, $700,000 with land. You can put a fence up. The kids can play in the backyard. You can have several dogs. You can have a little tot lot back there. So this or that, what do you want? But new homes, all the same floor plan. We need to start thinking outside of the box with these floor plans. And oh, I hate that when you are in these townhomes, why do they always build the bathroom off the kitchen? Who wants to be in the kitchen and someone is using the bathroom adjacent to the kitchen? So when you walk out of the bathroom, boom, you're right in the kitchen. Nobody wants to hear, I don't want to hear my guests pee while I'm fixing dinner in the kitchen. And I'm like, who's thinking about this? There's no thought being given into the architecture of these homes. They're building them, you're buying them, you're paying the price. We already talked about taxes. You're paying that. You're paying your insurance, your HOA. If you have a condo, you're paying your condo fee. Think about it. Move outside the Beltway. So what if it takes you an hour and a half to get to work? I would rather go back to my palace and sit through the traffic. But you already know that I'm going to negotiate. I'm going to be in at 6 o'clock, out by 2. Home, beat the traffic, have my flex days, do what I can, but my palace is where I lay my head. So that's most important to me. I don't care about being closer to the city. Now, if your job is paying for it, that's different, because there are a lot of people in the DMV who are getting their mortgages subsidized by their companies. They don't have to pay the entire mortgage, or their companies are moving them out here and they're not paying their mortgage at all. Because we have a lot of tech firms coming out, startups. Now Amazon is out here. We have a lot of CEOs, we have a lot of diplomats, we have people in government, politicians. They have the money, or for a lot of these companies, somebody else is paying for the mortgage. So just something to think about for those of you that are paying for your mortgage. You get more when you move outside the Beltway. Keep that in mind. And happy hunting. Let's go find you a place to call your home. Bye.